Hello everyone. Now, class 10 we are going to start with arithmetic progression. Before going to the exercise, we need the first introduction here. What the terms are, what the concepts are covered in the arithmetic progression. So, this introduction part is very important. If you have understood the introduction, then only you will be able to do for exercise. So, try to understand here what the concepts are in this chapter. An arithmetic progression is nothing but a series of the given numbers. If the numbers are having the same difference between the two consecutive terms. If suppose I am having the numbers here 3, 6, 9, 12 and so on, the difference it will see 6 minus 3 is 3, and again 9 minus 6 is 3, 12 minus 9 is 3. When we are getting the difference as same, we are saying that the given numbers are in AP. Whenever the difference is coming same, then only we can say they are in AP. So the numbers 3, 6, 9 and 12 are in AP. If you will see some other numbers here like 4, 9, 13, 20. Likewise, now we have to see whether they are in AP or not. Look at here, 9 minus 4 will give you as 5. Again, the difference of 13 minus 9 will give you as 4. Difference of 20 minus 13 will give you as 7. Look at here, the difference is 5, 4 and 7. They are not same. That's why this is not in AP. They are not in arithmetic progression. In arithmetic progression, what we are saying, always the terms, what the numbers are in sequence, they should have the same common difference. If suppose I am taking the numbers 3, 3, 3, 3, can they be in AP? Yes, of course. Why? Because the difference of 3 minus 3 is 0. Again the difference of 3 minus 3 is 0. Again the difference of 3 minus 3 is 0, which is same. That's why we can say that when we are having the equal terms, then again it will be in AP, in arithmetic progression. Now the first term is called as A. Whatever the given first number is, that is called as A. And the difference between the any two consecutive terms will be D. What the two terms we have to remember here? A and D. A is the first term of the sequence and the D is the difference between any two consecutive terms. Any two consecutive, either it is second or third number or fourth or fifth number, but the difference will be same. This is your condition for arithmetic progression. Whenever the difference is same, they are in AP. Now let's go for the second concept. What the second concept is given here? The general form of an AP is A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D. So what it is saying here, if suppose you are having the first term as 7 and if suppose your A is 7 and the D is 3. So we can write infinite many numbers here. First number is 7, then the second number is A plus D. A plus D is nothing but 7 plus 3, which is nothing but 10. Then next third number A plus 2D. 2D is nothing but 2 into 10. Sorry, 2 into 3. 2 3s are 6. Then 6 plus 7 is nothing but, how much we will get here for this? Again, if you are adding here in the 10, the difference as 3, it is 13. So, A plus 3D, it is nothing but the third term should be added by the difference. It is nothing but your 16. So, like this we can write the numbers in AP. If we are having first and the difference, if we are having A and D, we can write infinite terms in AP. How we are writing? First term is A, second term is A plus D. Third term is A plus 2D. A plus 2D, or what we can write? Second term plus added third D. A plus 3D means third term plus d. Like this also we can write for this. What the second point states, if we are having a and d, by using this general form we can write infinite many terms of the given sequence. Now let us see what the third point is. A given list of numbers a1, a2, a3 infinite is an AP if the difference a2 minus a1, a3 minus a2, a4 minus a3 gives the same value. So what it is saying here, at the introduction first point what I had said, if the difference between the two consecutive terms is equal, then only we can say they are in AP. The same condition it has given with the general name as a1, a2, a3, a4 likewise. If you subtract these two, the difference should be same. If you subtract these two, again the difference should be same. If the difference is same, then only we can say they are in AP. Now let's move for the next concept. In an AP with the first term a and the common difference d with nth term is given by an is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Again it is very important point. If suppose we are having the two terms, 2 as given a and d. If we are having the first term a as equals to 3 and the difference is given as 2. Like this we need to find for the fifth term. Fifth term means I want to find for a5. a5 if we need to find, what we can do, at the place of n we can take it here as 4. Suppose how I am getting a5. a5 is equals to a is our 3, n minus 1 is n is our 5. 5 minus 1 is 4 into your d is 2. So look at here what I am getting in this. 3 plus 4 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 will give you as 11. So the fifth term will be here equals to 11. See, in general, if I am having the first number as 3 and the difference as d, I can calculate any term. Here I had written a5 means first term will be here 3. In 3 if we'll add suppose 2, it will be 5. If we'll add 2 more 7, 2 more 7 9, 2 more 11. So look at here in this sequence, first number is here 3, second 5, third is 7, fourth is 9 and the fifth one you are getting it as 11. So what we had got here is 11, it's 10. So what you need to remember in this method, if whenever a and d is given, we can find n is nothing but any term what we need to find. If we need to find 11th term means it is a11. Like this we can find any term of the given progression. These type of questions we are going to deal in exercise 1. Now we will see the next concept here. The sum of first n terms of an AP is given by s is equals to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Let us see here how this formula is working and how we can find the sum without doing the addition. If suppose I am taking the numbers here 5, 10, 15 and 20. As the difference is same between any two terms, it will be difference of 5, 5. So it is in AP. Now we will find by using formula sum of these four terms. S is equals to n by 2. So n is here 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 2. Then 2 into a. A is your first term. So 2 into 5 is 10 plus n minus 1. N is here 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers are there. So 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. Then 3 into d. This is your 3, d is your 5. Difference of any two terms is 5. So 3 5s are 15. Now let's proceed. 4 by 2 means it is 2 if we will divide. 10 plus 15, 25. Correct. Now 25 into 2 is 50. Look at here, if we will add, how much we will get? 5 plus 10, 15. 15 plus 15, 30. Then 13 plus 2, 20. Here If we'll add directly, then also we are getting it as 50 itself. So what we can say, if the terms are in AP, we can find the sum of the given numbers by using the formula S is equals to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is here one more concept what we are using. Further, now we will go for next concept. What the next concept is here? If L is the last term of finite AP, say the nth term, then the sum of all terms of the AP is given by S is equals to n by 2 into a plus L. So what it is giving here, if the series is a finite series and we need to find for the sum of last number. If only when this formula is applicable, if you are having a finite AP and we need to find the sum up to the last term, then what we can use, S is equals to n by 2 into a plus L. A is again the first term, L is nothing but the last term. Now the next we will go here. The sum of first n positive integers is given by sum of first n positive integers. Positive integers, when we are saying, it's nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4. If we need to find the sum of these numbers, we can find it by using Sn. If suppose we need to find the sum of starting 5 numbers, so what it will be, S5 is equals to n means 5. 5 plus 1 divided by 2. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 into 5, 30. Then it will be 30 divided by 2, it will be equals to 5. So what it means here, if we are adding 5 natural numbers, we will get the addition as equals to 15. If suppose we need to add for 6 numbers, means here n is equals to 6. And we have to apply the same procedure for the next. If we want to find 11 numbers addition, means we need to take n as 11. This is here one more concept in arithmetic operation. Now we will see the last concept, what it is given here. What it says, if A, B and C are in AP, if the 3 terms are there which are in AP. Suppose if I am taking here the numbers as 2 and I am taking the difference as 4. In 2, if we will add the 4, it will be 6. In 6, if we will add the 4, it will be 10. These are in AP because the difference is same. 6 minus 2 is 4 and 10 minus 6 is 4. When it is in AP, the middle number is called as arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean, when we are saying, if the 3 terms are there, then the middle term is called as arithmetic mean, and it can be getting as, we have to add the first and last. Look at here what the formula is given, a plus c by 2. Here we are, a is 2 and the c is 10. 2 plus 10 divided by 2, so it will become as 12 by 6. 12 by 2, which is nothing but 6. So we are getting the arithmetic mean as 6. What do you mean by arithmetic mean? When the 3 terms are given which are in arithmetic progression, that when it is in arithmetic progression, then only we can say it is in, we can find arithmetic mean. B is equals to a plus c by 2. With this method, we can find any of the arithmetic mean for given terms. Hope this introduction is clear for you all. If you have understood this, then we can start with the next exercise and it will be easy for you to understand the exercise and to solve that. If you are having any doubts in this introduction part, you can ask in the comment section. Thank you.